Simple pleasures like a pasty in the hand. Oh, actually, I better explain first what a pasty is to us. You know what a pasty is?
Yeah.
Cornish pasties. Oh, they're proper. They're handsome. What you do, you get a piece of pastry, and you make a round ball of it, take them like that there, and smack them down on the breadboard, put a bit of flour on the breadboard first, right? And then take a rolling pin, and Mother Own, she got a granite rolling pin, you know, all the better lit feather around the head. Well, one night, I can remember her shouting down to Father, he was making some row. He was making some racket. And Mother shouted down to him, she said, "What's all that noise down there?" He said, "I'm trying to get a barrel of beer up the stairs." She said, "Leaving them, bring it up in the morning." He said, "I've drunk it." But she had this granite rolling pin for the job, you know. So you get your rolling pin and you roll out the pastry until you've got a lovely oval shape, you know. And then you get some, I think you put the potato down first, chip the potato, put the potato along the bottom of them, and then you get some, well, you call it rutabaga. We call it turnip or swede, and put that on there. Then you get some skirt. And I don't mean the skirt you wear, but beef. We call it skirt at home. It's a certain type of beef that you cut. You know, it's called skirt. And I believe it comes down around the ribs. You know the skirt that comes down around the ribs when you cut open up a cow or a bullet? No? No butchers in here. So you just cut out and you get little strips of beef, put them in there, and then you put some onions on top of that and some parsley, and 2 or 3 nubs of butter on top, a bit of salt and pepper. And then you take your pastry and you flip it over the top of that. Before you do it, you've got to get a bit of egg yolk, you know, and a brush, and then just brush around the seam of them a bit. Flip them over and press the pastry down. And then you take your thumb like that, you put it on the pastry, and you take the pastry and you twist it over your thumb. Like that, as you're moving your thumb along. So you get this lovely round crust around the side of them. You know? Look awful, don't you, when you think about it? It's lovely, I tell you what, it is handsome. And then, if you really feel that you're going to be, you know, don't mind about putting a bit of weight on, about 5 minutes before he's finished cooking, you take a knife and you just push it in. You make a hole in the top of him so he can steam a bit. You just push the knife in there, and if you feel he's soft enough to cook, what you do then is just break him open slightly, just make a little cut in the top of him, and take a dollop of a Cornish clotted cream, and drop it on the top to really give him flavour and gravy. Just for a few minutes, just enough to melt that. And then take them out, and I tell you what, you couldn't eat nothing better. He's wonderful. My wife can make them that long. They're articulated. They are. They got them like a semi, you know, so you can bend them to get them in the oven. She's had to make big pasties, and lovely pasties. That's how we recently married her. She made lovely pasties. Oh, if you don't make good pasties, they don't get married at home. But, yeah, the pasties lovely. So if you ever get a chance to have one won't hurt you. And they said they were invented originally for the miners, so that they could hold on to the crust of the pastry and then eat the pastry, eat the pasty, and then throw the crust away. They would throw the crust for the little spriggans or pixies, or they're called knockers, little spirits in the mine, were known as knockers, because you could hear them. You got into a mine, and any of you been into a mine? You know? Anybody been down underground? You can hear all the time. Tip, tip, tap, tap, drip, drip. It's the water, little drips of water falling. You know? I never actually worked underground. I did go and apply for a job once. I went to a mine called Pendarvis mine, and I applied for a job, and he said, "Have you ever mined before?" I said, "I've mined all over the place. I've been in all sorts of mines." I said, "Of course I've mined before." He said, "Where was your last job?" I said, "It was in Gaver mine, actually." He said, "What sort of lights did they use in Gaver?" I said, "I don't know. I never worked on the night shift." So I didn't get the job. But pasties, that's what pasties are. And, you know, they were invented, they say, for the miners so they could eat them in their hand. And at home, if we have pasties, then we normally eat them in your hand. They're lovely. You know, especially what we do is take them out of the oven and wrap them in a tea towel. 2 or 3 of them, especially if there's a few of you going away, 4 or 5 of them, put them in a box, and then have a flask of tea, you know, ordinary English breakfast tea we're talking about here, and then a few scones, what you call biscuits. We had biscuits and gravy, didn't it, Kenneth? Have you come from down Tennessee way? Down the south, biscuits and gravy, has that of it? Awful stuff, isn't it? I thought, well, remember, we got to try these things. Biscuits, they were scones, but we put jam and cream on, and with this white, I don't know what you call it, really. It wasn't gravy. You know, no, we aren't enamoured of biscuits and gravy. But we like corn dogs, and we like chili dogs, and we're right on with A. But biscuits and gravy, no. But they take a few scones with it, and jam, strawberry jam, there'll be strawberry jam, and clotted, Cornish clotted cream. Anybody here had Cornish clotted cream? I tell you well. No, you can't tell what people about Cornish clotted cream, because we say once on the lip, forever on the hip. We do. We like our women bigger at home. No, they do, because they keep you warm in the winter and keep the sun off you in the summer.